So if you let me tell a story, all these mofos crazy. Danielle, you know your booty smell like fish grease with crabs on the side. Why would Mohammed want you? Girl, bye. Let's get into this review.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? Having one, it just would be nice. 'Cause everybody needs a sweet old auntie, right? So welcome to Auntie's Advice.
And I am coming out here to do a quick review on 90 Day Fiance. I have been wanting to do a review on this show for so long, but of course you all know that my camera was broken, but the little cheap thing is fixed, okay? Until I get my real one out the shop. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do this review. Y'all, 90 Day Fiance is a show who marry people from other foreign countries. They bring them to the United States. They have 90 days to marry them because they come in on a 90-day marriage visa. So this show is a ratchet mess, but it is really, really good. And it lets you see people in dating relationships. If this is your first time here, please like, subscribe, and comment to Auntie's channel. I would love to have you as part of my family, my little new nieces and nephews. And if you've been here for the long haul, you know Auntie appreciates you, loved you to pieces. And we're going to go ahead on and really get started with this review, okay, on the 90 Day Fiance. Let me introduce you to these characters. So our first couple that we're going to be talking about is ANFISA. ANFISA is age 20, and she is from Russia. And then we have George, who is her husband, who is 27 years old. George lied to ANFISA and told ANFISA that he was rich, okay? He has a marijuana shop that he has in California. He brought her over here with the assumption that he was so rich and he would buy her this and he would do that for her. And guess what? George ain't kept up to it. He's a fat guy, okay? He's a fat, unwanted guy with big double D breasts, okay? He doesn't wear a bra. And FISA, on the other hand, is very stylish and has a wonderful shape, and she's on Instagram as an Instagram model, and she does videos and she shows all of her goods, okay? So anyway, what has happened now in this particular season is that it is almost time for ANFISA to get her green card. And so George is wondering, you know, whether or not she is only here for the green card, because ANFISA makes all kinds of comments and jokes about leaving him once she gets the green card. He's an insecure bastard. She treats him like I don't know what. Last week she smacked the taste buds up out of his mouth when they were sitting with lawyers as they were discussing ANFISA not having to carry George's debt.
Agreement, but I feel like once she gets it, she's gonna want to leave me. I'm not gonna screw myself over just because you want to be happy.
George has lost all connection with his family and his friends because everybody told him that ANFISA is here as a gold digger. Okay. She talks to him any kind of way. She screams and she yells. So he's at the lawyer's office because what she did was made an appointment with the lawyers to say, you know, basically I don't want to be with him and have to inherit his debt. Once I get my green card, I want to be free of his fat ass. And so George, who's known the whole time, had the insecurity the whole entire time, because after all, he is with a beautiful bride, male fat ass, has been insecure the whole time because ANFISA, who is very beautiful and appears to be a mail order bride from Russia, quote unquote, allegedly, okay, he's been insecure the whole time. So, you know, she's like, you promised me that you was going to buy me this, and you promised me that you were going to take care of me, and you promised me Chanel, and you promised me Louis Vuitton, and you promised me Christian Louboutin, and I don't want to be with you anymore. She yells, she screams at him, she puts him out the apartment, she does all kinds of stuff, okay? And FISA is a hot tail mess. But anyway, I'm going to catch you up with what is currently happening on 90 Day Fiance between the two of them. So George is is talking. He goes to a lawyer's office. First of all, he lies to ANFISA and tells ANFISA, I'm going downstairs in the garage. I got to get something out the car. His fat ass drives all the way in LA because they live in Los Angeles. He drives to a lawyer's office because now he wants to move his assets. So because, you know, he wants to protect himself because his mail order bride allegedly, quote unquote, may leave him once she gets the green card. He knows that she's been saying this the whole entire time. He's one of those guys that's just like an unwanted kind of guy to himself. Now, I'm not saying that fat people are not lovable because I'm pleasantly plump myself. But George has these insecurities, and this is why he tolerates all this bull crap off of ANFISA. ANFISA know he has low self-esteem and that he's a liar. There's some things about ANFISA that I like because you know what? He brought her over here on false pretense, pretended to be something that he is absolutely not. And she's tired of it. She lives in the apartment because she doesn't have a visa, a green card. So she can't drive, she can't work, she can't do anything. Only thing she can do is sit in that house all day and all night while he sells marijuana. So they go into this dialogue between the two of them where he's at the lawyer's office. He's driving in the car. She's blowing his phone up, calling. She picks up the phone. She's screaming and yelling and hollering at George. Okay, mind you, now when they were at the lawyer's office last episode, she smacked the taste buds out of his mouth because he allegedly, quote unquote, wasn't going to deal with her bull crap. George, whatever ANFISA puts out there, you're going to deal with it. You have walked away from your sisters, your friends, everybody who told you and warned you. You have put everybody to the side for ANFISA, okay? You are so fascinated with who and what you think you have. You have no self-esteem. You don't have any self-love for yourself. And ANFISA can treat you like dirt on the bottom of her shoe and you will lick it. So anyway, he decides that he's going to go back to the house and he's going to go back to ANFISA because he lied. So he gets back to the house, gets back to the apartment. ANFISA doesn't let the cameraman in, and next thing you know, this bastard is walking out with his suitcase. How you gonna come all the way from Russia, be my mail order bride, and put me out my own damn apartment? Okay, so she puts him out the apartment and all of that kind of stuff. You know, he's standing up there looking like a lost puppy. The producers ask him, you know, what you gonna do? I'm just gonna go and stay in a hotel. He goes and stays in a hotel, y'all. I'm done. Okay, our next couple, Lorin. Lorin is age 28. She lives in Hollywood, Florida. And then she is married to ALEXI, who is 28, and he's from Israel. Okay, when she first married him, you know, she was living in New York and all of this kind of stuff. She ends up moving in to her parents' home in Florida, and he moves in with her. They get married. There's a tumult, you know, they arguing at the wedding and all this. She has Tourette's syndrome. So what ended up happening was people last season started seeing that this girl had Tourette's. So she was shaking and she was doing, you know, had, you know, twitches and stuff like that. So the public started asking, you know, what's wrong with you, Lorin? Why are you twitching like that? So she had to come out and be public. She had to come out to the public and tell everybody that she basically had Tourette's. It wasn't like everybody didn't know she had Tourette's. And so now we see her in this season. This girl lied, okay, when he got... So, anyway, what ended up happening was, when they got engaged and they were having their bachelor parties, he ended up having some strippers at his party. Unbeknownst to him, he doesn't like strippers. He wasn't really feeling it. So she got jealous. And in order to get back at him, she decides to have strippers at her bachelorette party, knowing that he did not like it and they had already discussed it. She blamed it on her best friend. So as a result of it, ALEXI didn't like the best friend because he was like, you knew my wishes. Now this season she comes out and she has the burden of telling him, it was my idea to have the strippers. Girl, bye. So anyway, she tells him, you know, they go through a whole bunch of stuff. She's like, I didn't want you to leave me and go back to Israel. So right now, you know, since she's come out in the public eye and said, I have Tourette's, now everything she talk about is about Tourette. Tourette this, Tourette that. Now, mind you, I understand people who have diseases. It is not something that you can control. What's in your DNA, what's in your blood is out of your control, absolutely. So I'm not making fun of people who have Tourette's syndrome or any other thing. I'm just saying this girl is wearing it out. She is milking it for the cameras. Now she's going to some Tourette syndrome place where, you know, she's going to be, you know, the poster child for them. But here it is, all these years you've been ashamed of it. Now all of a sudden, you know, you want to come out the box and you just want to be the poster child for that. I think that it's not authentic, and I think that he's tired of it. Now she tells him that, you know, it's something that is inherited. Although her mother and her dad doesn't have it, she said, I could pass this on to my child. But she doesn't want Alexi to feel any kind of way about it. She's so afraid of him going back to Israel till it's unbelievable. I'm talking about people I have ever seen in my whole entire cotton freaking life. You bring these people over here with hopes and dreams of having the American dream, that they, you know, they can come over here and everything is going to be fantastic. You bring them over here because there's something about you that you couldn't connect with somebody in America. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to another country and meeting somebody else. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, it's not okay to bring them over here on false pretense. And when they want to live the American dream, they want to have a life, everything is about the green card. With every one of these couples, everything is about the green card. And I think that it's unfair to these particular people, these couples. It's unfair to them because I just want to live a life. Damn it, I can't work if I don't have a green card. So yes, I'm anxious to have a green card. I'm sitting in the house. Anyway, I digress. We're going to move on, but I'm definitely coming back to it. Okay, y'all. So now we got Fish Juice. Her name is Danielle. She's 44 years old, and she lives in Sandusky, Ohio. Basically, Danielle is straight trailer trash. Bringing this guy in named Mohammed. She brought him over from... So now we got Fish Juice Danielle. She is 44 years old. She is lives in Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio. She brings this 25-year-old guy named Mohammed from Tunisia. She's cockeyed. She wears glasses. She straight lives in the trailer trash like she is the bottom of the barrel kind of chick. Why the hell she thought that this 25-year-old guy would come over here and genuinely be in love with her, I don't know why. Her family told her he is coming over here. Like, I'm serious, y'all. She look like this. Okay? Like, can y'all see? I don't know why Mohammed don't like me. Danielle, fish grease Danielle. Fish juice, fish grease, crab cake, shrimp kebabs, and samosa. Okay? Bubba shrimp, Bubba fish. All of it. He came out last year at the reunion and said that he didn't want to be with her. Number one, she had all these financial problems that she didn't tell him about. She has 2 daughters, okay? She's living from paycheck to no paycheck. Lives in a freaking fantasy world down at the shrimp boat, okay? She brings this guy over here. She knows she don't have no money. She's busted, disgusted, can't be trusted. The first week Mohammed gets here, the lights and all of that stuff is going off in the house. You know, he find out that she got debt too. You know, you play a good game, you know, when these people are in these countries, and you know daggone well that there's a possibility that they don't love your ass, especially when you sitting up there looking like this. You understand what I'm saying? So she brings him over and she treats him like a sex slave. He told her last year at the reunion that your booty stink. You smell like fish. It smells terrible. And no man wants to sleep with someone whose booty stink, whose vagina is smelling like an open air fish market. And I agree with Mohammed 100%. Now, that ain't to say that Mohammed is not wrong, that he came over here. But you know what? It is your buyer beware. When you go over here and you go and get these people from these different countries and all of this kind of stuff, and you give them pipe dreams and tell them all of this kind of stuff, you deserve what you get. You reap what you sow. You should have been straight up and said, I'm a broke down, busted, disgusted woman living in a trailer park. So Danielle, this season, has gone out. Mohamed ended up coming here. He left Danielle. He's been dating different women. He moved to Miami with this chick. He's been doing the damn thing, okay? He's living his life. He asked for a divorce. So she goes and does an annulment because she wants Mohamed to go back to Tunisia. She wants him to be deported. But she only wants him to be deported when he doesn't do what she wants him to do. If you are dating somebody and they are from another country, be on the up and up about it. Don't make all of Americans look like we just straight up desperate assholes who bring you over here and don't have anything for you. There are countries that are in this world that are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. A lot of people are not coming to America because they want a green card or they want the American dream, the apple pie in the sky, okay? Because half of us that live here don't have that. Whoop, boop, I said that. But anyway, say, Auntie, slow down. So anyway, Auntie has slowed down. So she brings him over here. She got all kinds of stuff going on. So he leaves her. He's dating all these different women. He moves to Miami. He's been living, you know, the dream. He doesn't want to be deported back to Tunisia. And I don't think that he should be deported back to Tunisia in some ways. Because Danielle uses that green card and the deportation to try to get him back into her life. Now here she is with her big ass. She'd have moved into a trailer with her kids. She's like, I can't believe that I got a trailer. Okay, the trailer is busted and disgusted, but that's the best that she can do. She can't maintain a job. She's nasty and she's just nasty. She's just nasty. She's just nasty. Everybody influences her. She still wants to be Mohamed. She stands in the middle of the floor and she cries. Her daughters don't want to be with him. Her son, Mohamed has put a restraining order out against the son. Like, it's just a hot ass mess. And it's like, okay, so why, you know, Danielle, really, for real? You can't take no ownership for what you did? You bring somebody in from another country and you deceive. That I have noticed about every one of these couples is that you brought these people over here under an umbrella of deceit. But yet you think that they're supposed to accept everything you dish out. And that is not the way life is. Leave them the hell alone. Deal with somebody that's in America. If you a deceitful type of person, deal with somebody in America. Why would you bring somebody? It just, to me, it makes all Americans look bad. It looks, really, all of us look bad when you're doing that because you're misrepresenting. You're talking to your daughter. Danielle talks to her daughters, and her daughter's like, I just want mom to get him deported. He needs to go because mom keeps going back to him. Because she's dumb, she's stupid, and she lives in a trailer park, and she's just trashy. She's trashy. She's the bottom of the barrel, and I said it. And before you put your comments down there, and your comments are really negative, guess what? I will delete you. It is what it is. These are my views and my opinions. You have the right to agree, but disagree agreeably. Make sure you check it. So we're going to go on. We're going to go on. So, you know, now she's like, I don't know if I want Mohamed to be deported because I don't know how I will feel. Y'all have got to watch this. If you are not watching 90 Day Fiance, I don't know what to tell you. Bloop. I don't know what to tell you. The next couple we got is Ross. Ross is 30 years old. He's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And he's married to PAOLA, who is 29, and she's from Colombia. She's a hot, sexy enchilada. Let me tell you something. Paula got it going on. So they were in Oklahoma. He falls in love with her when he goes on vacation. He brings her over here. He marries her. And then he loses his job. She has ambition of being a model and doing all that kind of stuff. So she uproots herself and she goes to Miami because she's like, you know what, he's not going to hold me back. I've been sitting here trying to do these waitress jobs and all of that kind of stuff, and he just ain't got his stuff together. Now, I have mixed feelings about Paola because what I don't like is that she sat at the club and let her, okay, wait a minute. Auntie got slow. So he's out of Oklahoma City. He's been trying to sell the house to come and meet her in Miami because that's where she went. She went to a talent agency. She ended up getting a job. They told her to dye her hair blonde. So she's changing. She likes that fast life, but that's how he met her when she was over in the... That's how he met her in Colombia. You cannot change a person. You have got to accept them for who they are. Don't think because you bring them over here to America that you're going to change them. No, she was what she was. Anyway, so he tried to sell a house. The market's not good, and they like, you're not going to be able to sell this house. So he's like, you know, I'm tired of being away from my wife. I'm going to Miami. So he comes to Miami. And he, you know, he's elated to be there. He still has his cowboy boots on, you know, and you in Miami. She's trying to show him the city and let him know you got to lighten up. This is the life down here in Miami. She's walking on the beach with him. Her breasts are exposed because she's that hot enchilada. You see what I'm saying? She's a chimichanga. So she's walking and she, you know, he's telling her cover up, and there's some guys out there with, you know, their shirts off because after all, they're in Miami. And you do what you do in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she goes out there and everything. And she's looking at the guys, and he's like, stop staring. He's a jealous type of guy. And if I think I had a hot chick like that, I would be jealous too. And I know he's dealing with insecurities. He's the only one that really seems genuine, but Paola doesn't seem too genuine about it. She ends up having a little meeting at the club and having her girlfriends meet Russ and everything, and they make fun of him, and I just don't like it. I don't like the way that she allows people to disrespect him. She speaks in Spanish and stuff like that, so he can't understand what she's saying, and I absolutely cannot stand it. Alright, so we got one more couple. Okay, so wait a minute, let me go back. Mohamed, Mohamed is 28, and he's from Tunisia. Mohamed now has come back to Danielle last episode and told Danielle, I don't want the annulment, because he went to see a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, Mohamed boy, you in danger. So they told him at any time they can deport you, you know, blah, blah, blah. He wants to get his visa. So he comes back and he tells Danielle, you know, basically, Danielle, you know, I'll lick your butt, I'll lick the fish grease, you know what I'm saying, I'll make salmon cakes out of it or whatever. I just want you to give me a divorce. I don't want an annulment, because if he gets a divorce, he can stay here, but if it gets annulled, he's got to go. He risked being deported. So she like, you gotta apologize to my family. So anyway, he goes back. That doesn't work out. He kind of got her on the borderline where, because she's so dumb, y'all. He got her on the borderline where she's kind of thinking, okay, I feel sorry for him. I'm going to go ahead and divorce him instead of getting the annulment. He goes back to Miami. He has pictures of him with this girl. He's met this little black girl named Diamond. He likes her. She likes him. They taking selfies, ussies, doing all kinds of stuff. Alright, so Danielle, who already has a boyfriend, has told Mohamed that she has another guy that she's dating, gets jealous and insecure because she feels like, well, you know, I feel like he just used me to get over here. Duh. And everybody he's in the picture with is sexy and beautiful, and they're just hotter than the next one, and they're just hot, and they're just hot. Duh. Danielle, look, Danielle, seriously, I know that the window was real fogged up and had a whole lot of smog and dirt and built up mildew and stuff like that around it. But wipe that joint down with a good bottle of Windex, you know what I'm saying? Like spray it real good, and look at yourself. You don't do anything to beautify yourself. And I hate to get on her like that, because she doesn't do anything to make herself look beautiful. And you want him to suffer and to accept you any kind of way. Don't nobody have to accept you any kind of way. I would risk deportation than to be with Danielle. Anyway, so he's down there, he's living his life, he's doing what he do with the whoop whoop. The last couple we got is Chantel. Chantel is from Atlanta, Georgia, and she's married to Pedro. Pedro is from the Dominican Republic, okay? She lied and told her family that this guy was here on a cotton freaking study visa. She didn't tell them that he was here on a 90-day visa. She said that he was here to perfect his English. Instead of telling her family she had 90 days to marry him, she waits a couple of days before the wedding to tell her family that she was getting married to him. And you think that the family going to accept her. So the family was pissed. They didn't trust Pedro. Pedro, you know, he seems like he loves her, but he's like, you're not going to throw this green card up in my face. You're not going to throw all this stuff. See, that's the thing I don't like about it. Why is the green card an issue, bitches? You knew. You knew that when the person got here that your intention was to get them a green card, because after all, you can't do this on your own. So they got to get a green card. Why is the green card even on the table? Like, I don't think that I could go to another country, marry somebody, and they just throw up in my face constantly, yeah, you just trying to be, you know, you trying to get a gold card. I will be back on the first flight going back to the United States quicker than quick. Because it's not about that. Love is love. Love doesn't have boundaries. It doesn't have color boundaries. It doesn't have race boundaries. There's no boundaries on love. It just is what it is. And why a green card would be something that people would throw, to me, it's almost like saying the divorce word. Anyway, y'all, let me stay focused, because Auntie is. So Danielle is pissed. She calls her girlfriend over. Her girlfriend's tired of her. Danielle, every time Mohamed does something, she wants to call the girlfriend and complain about him. She doesn't have any balls, no kahunas. She calls Mohamed and confronts Mohamed about having pictures with these girls. That wasn't the condition that you said that you would drop the annulment. You said if he apologized to your family. He didn't apologize to your family. He tried to, but he just was like, y'all not going to treat me like anything just because you think I want to stay in this country. Yeah, I want to stay in this country, but I ain't licking all of y'all asses to stay in this country. And Mohamed, I agree with you on that. I don't like what you did. You was dirty with it, but you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't have to live with Daniel, and God damn it, I don't want to. So Paola has her husband here again. She had her girlfriends dog him out. She has this guy named Juan who was a friend with her in Dominican Republic. Her husband doesn't like him. She sits at a table and she just lets him talk to him like he ain't nothing. Saying all kinds of stuff about him. She lets her friends do it. It's so disrespectful. And you think that you're going to have a successful marriage. She says that she doesn't like it, but she didn't stop it. She did nothing to stop it. And when her husband finally got tired of Juan talking to him and degrading him and treating him like nothing, he walked away. She was surprised and was like, I couldn't believe he walked away. What do you think? What did you think he was going to do, Paola? Your husband is in Oklahoma City trying to hold it down, trying to do the best he can. You go to Miami and you change everything about yourself. You know that he's dealing with insecurities. He doesn't even have a job. He didn't know that his job was going to end. And this is the way you say thank you. Now, we're going to go back to Chantel and Pedro, okay? She decides she's going to go ahead and have a wedding in Dominican Republic. Okay, she's going to go back to his home. She doesn't have a relationship with the mother or the sister. She sits with her girlfriends and says, I think it's a cultural thing. Her girlfriend, who's Dominican, said, no, they just don't like your ass. This ain't got nothing to do with a culture difference. She sits there and she looks stupid. She's having a bridal shower because this is her second wedding. Her first one was a shotgun, basically, you know, and she did that. And it's like, for me, it's like, you want your family to accept Pedro. Pedro doesn't care about your family. He's doing everything out of obligation to try to make her happy. But the thing about it is, Chantel, if you look at this, you created this drama. You created this division amongst the families. And now you're going to go to Dominican Republic. You're sitting up here having a bridal shower. He's trying to call her, and he's like, don't get drunk. Because when she gets drunk, she's loose booty. And now when I say loose booty, I mean loose booty. So she's with her girlfriends, and it's just a hot mess. ANFISA and George go to the green card place. They've been arguing and fighting. After she put him out, he goes and he blames himself for the argument. He goes and gets her flowers because now he wants to apologize because he should have been honest with her and told her that he was going somewhere. He didn't. So he comes back with the flower. And Fisa's trying to get along with him. I'm trying to tell you, she's trying to get along with his fat ass, but she's not really feeling him because he's such a liar. So it's the day of the green card, her meeting with INS to try to get her a green card. INS, State Department, whoever the hell it was. She's in the car. He comes to the car. He asks her for the keys because he left something upstairs. She throws them at him and she yells, "Get my bag for my makeup!" She explains to us that he's always late for everything. I believe it. He's a nonchalant fat ass. I believe it. So anyway, she goes in and he comes back. They get in the car. They're arguing on the way. She tells him in the car, "I'm going to leave you when I get my green card." ANFISA, I'm going to show you all a clip of ANFISA. She's a hot mama, okay? She don't need George. Eventually, somebody's going to pick her up. She just celebrated on Instagram her 100,000 followers. They go in, and she gets her green card. And now we wait to see what happens. This particular show, y'all, I know it seemed like I was all over the place today, and I was. But I'm trying to give you an introduction to 90 Day Fiance. You have got to watch this show. It is one of the underrated shows on television. And I am doing this review because there's nobody else that's out here doing it. And people need to know that it's out here. I am hoping that you like my review. Next week, I promise you, it will be more together. But this week, I just basically wanted to give you an interview with the host and the cast. Okay? And let you know a little bit about 90 Day Fiance and just try to put it on the map. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe to my channel and comment below. Let me know what you think about 90 Day Fiance. Let me know if it's something that you know someone who has gone through it. Let's talk about it. Auntie loves you. Bye.